Welcome back to our alteration series with Ellen Estelle and Jack. We're going to be talking about alterations for pants, what you can and cannot do. Jack is going to be our model. He's wearing the Stancliffe corduroy pants in size 32?
32.
32. And keep in mind, our sizing is not vanity sizing, so when it says 32, it's 16 inches on the half. It's a thick fabric. But we put in quite a bit of fabric, so you can make alterations. That's the whole point. And even though we tried in a pattern to adjust and make them slimmer and smaller sizes, there is still alterations you'll have to make. And all of the pants are sold unhemmed, so you'll have to make an alteration. If you have your alterations tailor anyways, you can nip in and change anything else that you want.
Okay, so taking a look at these pants, I would start with the waist, right? So same idea, we're starting top down. So we wanna make sure that the waistband fits first. Can I have you turn around? Mm-hmm. We're making sure there's no gaps, no puckering.
So you know, what we did with these pants is we really made them high-rise, meaning we wanted them to sit above your belly button. Does it change anything in terms of fit or alterations?
Sure, especially when it comes to women's wear specifically, right? Everyone has different size hips, but everyone's gonna have a different waist shape and hip shape. And so when it's high-rise, you're gonna have to take in consideration how low the rise is, because it's gonna depend on your body shape, right? So Jack here has a short torso, so his waist is naturally a little bit higher.
So first you look at the waist, just how does it fit at the waist?
Just looking at this, I think it looks great. I can put 2 fingers in here and there's just a little bit of give.
Okay, so waist is good on this one.
Yes. Pockets look good too. I'm not seeing any gapping here at the pockets.
Yep, meaning if it gaps, it means it's too tight.
Correct, yep, so then the fabric is pulling.
And so let's say if the pants were too loose in the waist, you would alter it from the back, right?
Yes, absolutely. I would start here at the center back seam. You'll see there's a seam all the way through the waistband as well.
Exactly, and if you would make it bigger, this would also be the place to start.
Correct, yep.
Could you also add from the sides?
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely could. The only difference being you'd have to take off the waistband to get to the side seam, right? Because there's no side seam here in the waist. So it would be a little bit more costly, but it's certainly something that can be done. The other factor is that the pocket here on the side seam, you don't want to, run into that, cause any issues when you're taking in or letting out.
Got it. What do you look at next? The seat?
So the seat looks fine to me, but yes, as we work our way down, we'd be looking at seeing if there's any pulling.
Okay, you see like little wrinkles here?
Yeah, honestly, I think that's just divot. It's a natural part of the body. I don't think it has anything to do with the fit of the pants.
Okay. Do you make sure that, the crotch area is in the proper space? Like you pull them high up enough and not hanging too low?
Yeah, so that goes with the cut of the pant or the style of the pant, right? So you want to wear the pant wherever you want to wear it. So if it naturally, the seat is too low, then that's something we would look at potentially fixing if you don't want to wear it up high enough where the seat is pulled up higher.
Okay, so now next up is the thigh area, right? So what do you look at here?
So this kind of goes with preference. At the end of the day, the consumer is the one that determines how they want it to fit. But just looking at these pants, Jack, can I have you turn to the side, face profile? You'll see that it's a little bit wider here at the thigh.
Yeah.
So in this instance, I would ask the customer if he'd like to take it in, and if so, we could taper the leg.
Yes,
and you would taper the leg from which side?
So you could do it from the side seam, starting from where the pocket is, and taper it through. In this case, it looks like the ankle width is pretty standard, right? So I would determine where it is that most wide and where best to zero it out. So in this case, I would start right here. I'm just gonna mark it with a pin so you can see that starting point right here. And then I would just pin out the excess here.
So you're pinning this off, meaning I want to take this much out. Would you then take half on this side and half on the inside? Or would you just take it from the outside?
Yeah, that depends. You can definitely just take it from the inside, in which case the new seam may be less noticeable. So like when it's machine pressed in the factory, right, it's gonna have a really nice crisp finish. And when you alter anything, it's not gonna be quite the same as when it's made in a factory or when it comes, straight to you. So If you wanted to, you could certainly just take it in on the inside. I'm seeing a lot of extra...
Or would you do both? You'd never do both, you do one or the other?
I usually do one or the other. If you're taking a lot out, then I would even it out, so that you're not taking too much out of one side or the other.
Yeah.
In this instance, I am seeing we're taking quite a bit out here of the side seam. So whatever I'm taking out here, I would then even out on both sides.
On both sides.
Yeah.
It's also like, this is more like of a plain corduroy pair of pants. If you have a checked pair of pants, you probably want to start on the inside first.
Correct.
Because of the pattern matching.
Yeah, very, very true.
And then go the other way. So Jack seems to have rather, straight legs. What do you do when people have more like X-shaped legs or like O-shaped legs?
Sure. So you can certainly adjust the pants any which way when you have them standing still. And again, when you're trying on pants, you want to make sure you're standing as straight as possible and you're looking straight ahead and you're relaxed, right? Because you want to wear them how you're naturally going to wear them. Yeah. I think when it comes to the difference in your leg shape, it really comes into play with hems. So we always want to make sure the hems are even. And as even as you think your legs might be, some people usually have a little bit of a difference. So Jack, I'm going to have you turn around for us.
So you pinned this much here on this side now.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it on the other side too? Or are you like, I know what I need to do?
So I can certainly pin it on both sides and we can look in the mirror and determine if that's what we like. I can also just do one side and mirror it. Jack, our model here, looks pretty symmetrical in terms of his leg width. The only other thing I'm seeing is that there's a little bit of extra fabric here in the seat. So I may want to make sure that as I'm taking it out more in the seat and then tapering it out back out through the thigh.
How do you mark that on the pants? That's just what you want.
Yeah, so it's harder, obviously, when you're dealing with a human person. You don't want to be reaching in through the crotch of their pants to mark things. So sometimes what I'll do is I will have them take the pants off, I will pin it or mark it, and then have them put it back on.
Jack, how does this feel to you?
It feels good. It feels better than it was previously.
Is it satisfactory? Would you like it slimmer?
No, I wouldn't want it any slimmer. From a preference point of view, I am particularly fond of a more classic look, but classic doesn't have to mean grandpa.
Yeah. And I mean, what we did when we designed the pants, we tried to, on the size 30, we made everything quite a bit slimmer because we know if you're a size 30 waist, you're not going to have big thighs, right? But these pants were specifically made for people like me that have usually bigger thighs and have a hard time finding pants, that they can find a cut that works for them too, that doesn't need too much alteration. So the idea was that everyone would be able to alter them in a good pair of pants that they can like. So, great. So what about length here?
Yeah, so when it comes to length, we obviously take a look at the mirror and obviously it's preference for the customer to decide if they want a break, if they want no break.
Yeah. I mean, traditional, right, some people say, the pants should touch at the bottom here, and then can you go sideways, Jack? There should be like a somewhat of a break in the front. But that kind of rule of thumb depends, right? It depends on your shoes. Do you have really big feet? How high is your instep? Do you wear boots? And also, what is the hem opening? Because if you have a really tight hem opening, you'll have a lot of puddle in the front if you keep them that long in the back. So you have to adjust, you have to take into consideration what is the hem width and how high do I want it and how much of a break do I want. Also, I found that people who want this really slim bottom leg, if they wear socks, especially over the calf socks, the socks will stick to the pants. And it's really annoying because when you sit, your pant leg will ride up and then it won't come down again. So I think finding that balance is important. What do you typically go for, Jack, for a hem width on your pants?
Because of that exact issue that you mentioned around the sock stick, I prefer a slightly wider hem than what I used to. So around 8 inches is for the width folded.
Yes.
That's my go-to nowadays, because I find that 8 inch and then a nice taper up towards the seat typically creates both an attractive line and a comfortable wearing experience.
Okay. So most hems are straight when you buy them. I've seen, custom pairs sometimes where what they did is they angle it so it's longer in the back and shorter in the front. So you just get that slight break. Here you have a pair of trousers where they were actually angled, so you have it longer in the back than in the front. And it can look really cool because you get less of a break, but you get that clean line in the back. I once had a pair of trousers where they also had cuffs, but they're not, with a normal pair of trousers, you just turn them up and down. You can't do that here. You actually have to take the fabric, cut it, angle it, and then it takes quite a bit of work. And you cannot, of course, use this cuff to make it longer because it's a separate piece of fabric. Have you done this before?
Yeah, I have in the past.
Nice. So would you recommend that to people? Because would cost quite a bit more, I would guess.
Sure, yeah, that would definitely be a little bit more nuanced, and it depends on how much more extra fabric you have in order to create that cuff, especially if it's a faux cuff, so it'd have to be detached, didn't have to be enough seam allowance with that.
I think, the length that we have here is like 38 or 39 inches, so there's plenty of fabric.
Plenty of room, so yeah, I think that's just a design preference, and it's up to the discretion of your tailor whether or not they want to do that.
So in this particular case, how do you like the hem width down here, Jack? Do you like it tighter? Do you like it the way it is, or?
I wouldn't want it any tighter for the reason of a classic look, and B, I don't want my socks to stick. I mean, corduroy, being cotton, is grippy on an over-the-calf sock. So yeah, I wouldn't want it any wider, any slimmer. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is why it's important to wear the shoes that you'd want to wear with your pants, right? Because that determines how long or short you might want it.
Would you like a turn-up or a cuff?
For me, a cuff is pretty much a go-to on a lot of trousers.
Yeah.
I prefer having that extra weight to help the trousers hang.
Yeah, exactly. You just get a little more weight. That does help to make them hang straight. And it also helps to understand, what is my typical inseam, and then how do I want to work that? What do you typically wear, Jack?
Around a 30-inch inseam.
So right now we have a break. How do you feel about that? Do you want a break? Do you want no break? Do you want...
I think we can go a little higher because of the weight of the corduroys. I think a break would interrupt if they were a little neater, they'll hang really nicely.
Okay.
And you could also have just a slight break if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wanted the angle with the faux cuffs, that would add quite a bit more work. And I think most alterations tailors won't have customers who request that kind of stuff.
Correct.
But, some are up for challenges and others are not. So just understand, who your alterations tailor is.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about this length first? Even shorter than that?
This feels like a good length. Again, there's that slight break, which I think is neat. It helps cover the top of the shoe a bit more. What I don't want is this when I'm walking or even standing. So this feels like a good starting point.
And the other thing at this point that I would recommend is that we try the sit test, and we have you sit down and see how high it rises and make sure you still like that length.
So this feels like a good height on me. I think, what would you say, that's about 3-4 inches from the hem to my shoe.
So I still see quite a bit of puddling back here. You think that'll just go away?
I think some of that has to do with the fit of the pant here. And so once I get that pinned out completely, it should fit a little bit better, a little snug.